Workout Muse.
Let's move into now kind of the pre-workout concept. So my template is 5-minute pre-workout, mobility activation. Okay, I don't have the time to do the full warm-up, which I'll touch in a second, but if you do it, because that's the best result, all right? So what I'll address, we're gonna look at a squat variation, sagittal lunge variation, frontal transverse lunge variation, SLDL variation, push-up variation, all right? Let's start with my boy, Joey. Joe, not Joy. Man, I'm messing you up too. One thing too, I buy everybody who's like really, I buy all their stuff. I've got all Robertson stuff, Cressy stuff, Hartman stuff, because I'm not a corrective exercise guy, I'm not a physical therapist, but I do my best to be what I can be in the boot camp setting. Okay, a lot of these movements I picked up from guys like Mike Will and those guys, and make sure you invest in that because I just can't say enough about that, all right? Squat to stand variation. Let's go really wide stance, all right? Not too wide, but just about shoulder width apart, slight toe point out. Joe is going to bend at the hips, so let's come back up for a second. Just hinge at the hips, trying to minimize any spinal bending and grab your toes. All right? Now I want you to pull the hips down through the heels, elbows inside the knees. At the bottom, chin and chest to the sky, push the elbows out, open up the adductors. He's going to tuck the chin to the chest, push the hips up. Push the hips up, back up. Straight as you can, now straighten between the legs. He's got tight hands a little bit, okay? And we're going back and forth on that for 50 seconds. Really with the chin and chest to the sky at the bottom. So you're trying to look up at the bottom. Chin and chest up, look to the sky. Like you guys, all the way down. Eyes up, stay there, eyes up, look all the way up, okay? So he's got some limited hip mobility. I'll show you a level 0.0, right, or whatever you want to call it in a second, all right? So we come back down again. Here's another progression. So this is working what? What type of mobility? Hip and ankle. Hip and ankle, right? Let's now integrate some T-spine. And let's relax for a second. I got to show this one because, no offense, we got to get the thing right. So T-spine, right? We start with extension. So I'm here. I pull it all the way down, chin and chest to the sky. All right? Extend. Extend. Hips. Come to the top. Little hip shifter at the top. Little hip rotator. Bring it back down. Out. Okay? Level 3, extension, rotation. Nothing at the lumbar. All T-spine. Coming up. Stretch it side to side. Back down. By the way, once you get someone to this position, there is no knee dominant exercise they can do safely. Okay? So that's level 1, 2, and 3. If I'm starting someone out, first week, new people, they don't have a choice but to do level 1 each week. We bump it up so by third week, they're doing level 3 warm-up and they're ready to go. Okay, does that make sense, progression-wise? Step 2, sagittal lunge variation. What is a lunge? It's a dynamic split squat. So if someone can't do a full range of motion bodyweight split squat, would it make sense to load them and have them come out like this? No. Okay, so progression, we go split squat until it's full range of motion, pain-free. Knee and ankle as lined as possible, tall up top. I like to just based on what people automatically do on this, they're going to go short and they're going to try to put weight in the back leg. The best way to teach the split squat is like a squat, bottom up. If I'm here, is it possible for me to stand up on my back leg? It is. I've seen it happen, but it's much more difficult. So all the way to my front heel, I'm going to have to stand up, and now I learn it from the bottom, the exact position I want to be in. Progression level 2, reverse lunge, all right? Less pressure on the knee for people that have patellofemoral issues. Same concept, I'm just stepping back into a split squat. And you want to show them, this is what we're doing. So now we go to this level. They're learning as we go. This is a tempo and stability progression, all right? Level 3, forward lunge. So now I've got to really be able to dynamically control that deceleration. Okay, push back fast to the heel. That's level 3 on that. Frontal transverse lunge progression. Level 1, wide lateral squat, toes forward, hips back. 50 seconds like that, all right? Level 2, what is a lateral lunge? Dynamic lateral squat. I'm stepping out, same concept. I've got to decelerate a lot more. Level 3, let's integrate transverse plank, integration progression. Open up, come back, open up, come back, okay? Third exercise. 4, hip hinge, SLDL, stiff-legged deadlift, all right? First progression. Can't do it on one leg, got to start on 2. What do we always want in our lower back? Slight natural arc. no flexion. This is by far the hardest thing to teach in camp. But you got to teach it, because otherwise you're going to get hurt. Your back's going to get hurt. So put the back of your hands in the small of your lower back, feel the arc. One great cue on this, there's two things. I used to teach this the wrong way. Dr. Kriegstamori, the guy that has actually put together Mission Unbreakable with me, which we're going to touch on in a second, his cues are push your hips back, okay? And that's huge, because if you tell people to bend forward, they're going to go like that. But if they really understand pushing your hips back, you really can't do it wrong. All right, that's one good cue. Second cue, tell them to try to fire their quads. That keeps them in an automatic flex position, the exact flexion you want in the knee to do the exercise correctly. So level one, I'm hinging back as far as I can while maintaining that arc. If I feel a slight round in the back of my hands, what does that mean? Modify the motion temporarily to get there. Once I get tabletop position, I go stability, loading progression, and I go one leg SLDL, flexion maintained. Best thing is to actually use a wall on this, is they have a marker, and I'm just going to hinge and touch. That slight point of contact, neurologically, is all you need to make a difference. I've done senior community camps in the past. All you need to do is touch a chair or a wall. They can do just about anything. They need that slight point of contact. It's a great way to start. Level 3, we're going to go loading. It's actually a little bit of loading and stability progression. So I'm going to go same side. I go back to make sure the cue there. I get the natural arc on my back. I'm opposite asymmetrical. So this side is loaded. My arm's heavy. It's going to really have to make me work to stay square, to really activate the glute in all three planes of motion. So I'm here. I'm going through rotational one leg SLDL. This activates the glute like very few things can, okay? Put a band around the hip, and it gets even activated further. That's a shout out for Dave Schmidt, all right? Okay, final, mobility push-up. Yikes, okay? Level 1 is a push-up hold. They got to do it right. So what do we want in that lower back? Slight natural arc, okay? Straight line from the head through the heels. Everything is, it's all straight lines. It really is. A lot of straight lines. You got to maintain those. Level 2, so level 1 in this, push up, hold, push back. We work a little T-spine here, stretching the whole back side of the body, so we activate the front, stretch the back. Level 2, tight abs, tight glutes, I push up, push back. Level 3, cross the leg, now we're working rotary stability. Which glute do I have to squeeze to stay square? My left. So I push up, one-legged, shift back. And by the way, if you can get and do this at the top, that's ideal. Scap push up at the top, come back, and again, we switch halfway. So that's my express warm-up.
Workout Muse.